Hi, it's Donna here. I'm using up your stash again. I thought I did my last one was going to be the last one for today, but I thought I'd do one quick more. Again, it's using up your stash of paper. I have excesses of paper, but I also have excesses of stamps. Now, how you use your stamps, what are you going to do with stamps except stamp, right? So this is an idea for you. Okay. Brayers. I have quite a few different brayers, and for this technique you need brayers. Okay, when you're doing jelly plate, also brayers. You don't need brayers. I mean, you don't have to buy one, but it makes life so much easier for you. Only Scrap and Crap, I think, has brayers. I think she does. So what I did basically was, again, was a book style, which was a pizza box like this. But what I did was I put a whole stack of A4 sheet of paper out, which was copy paper, and I stuck them all together at the back so you couldn't see it, but you got to be careful because sometimes that will show through. When you're braying, the tape will show through, so you need to be careful. So I, on the table, put about 10 A4 sheets, or I did the A5 sheets with a half an A4. And I put them out ready to go. And then I had all different paints or inks. You can use paint inks, you can use whatever you want. In this case, I did ink. So I had lots of different inks out. And then I brayed the inks all over the papers, all different colours, and I then put it to the side, and so I was prepared again. I mean, I keep saying to you, just get yourself prepared for when you have blank spots, or when you have mojo goes missing, or when you get a bit of time. Get yourself prepared before that, and you're using up what you have, and I can't stress that enough. A lot of people say, well, why don't you just do it and then make something with it? Well, why do you have to? Honestly, why can't you just make the backgrounds and then put them aside to use for when you're ready to use them? Why can't you put all your stamps together in a box and then sort them out when you get time? Why can't you do that for your dies? Why can't you do that? It just makes life so much easier. It takes the stress off you. I've got a ton of stamps, like I said, and I don't want to be sitting there for 12 hours sorting out my stamps, because I'm going to get bored as crap, and to be honest with you, and I'm going to go, oh, what the hell, and then I'm going to say, you know what, I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it, so you put it away and you stress about it. This way, put it in a big box, sort it out a bit at a time, easy peasy. Okay, let me show you what I did. Most of these are Lavina stamps, I think. So I cut out a whole stack of die cuts. Whole stack of die cuts. I cut them out, put them in a bag, put them away. Okay, in a big box. And then I did a whole stack of the background papers. Okay, a whole stack of them. And then I put them into a bag. And then I did a whole heap of stamps like this. And I fussy cut them. Put them in a bag and put them away. And what did I find? I had a whole stack of these in a bag. And then one day I thought, well, why not make a whole set of cards? And that's what I come up with. I put a whole set of cards together using stuff I had put away for another day. So as you can see, but the backgrounds I've used up. I used up my inks on the background. I used up stamps on the background. Even stamps on the front are all backgrounds. So this one here, I did heaps of that on this kind of paper. Like, I just stamped it and then I just fussy cut it out and put it on front. It became an embellishment, really. So on the background, I'm not sure if I can find a really, really good one. Maybe not something so dark. That's too dark. Okay. So what I've done, I've brayed all the inks on, and then I've stamped. Lots of stamps on the backgrounds. This one says poultry something underneath there. And even I've die cut the butterflies out from it. I've again fussy cut something like that. I had a heap of these already cut out in black, so I've just stuck them on there. I've had a whole heap of these cut out, so I stuck them on there. And I think it looks great. And what I did was a belly band. Okay. The same thing. I've got all this here was from this paper, background paper. I'm not sure if you can really see. So that's what some of that paper looks like. See, and that's what I've cut out. And I cut that out from it, fussy cut it from the background. Here's another one I did that's different. You can see this more. There's a belly band that goes over it, of course. So you can see that. I had a ton of them cut out somewhere, so I just used them up. The backgrounds again was using, it was a different time, different background to that one, because different stamps. Because this one has lots of red in it. So I've used lots of stamps on here, lots of ink, stamped fussy cutting, lots of paper. I had these already done with the other leaves. This one here, and again it's just using that same paper background. I've used up lots of stamps. And this was another one that I fussy cut out of this background paper. So you don't need to buy a lot of stuff. You don't need to buy a ton of embellishments. You can make your own. You don't need to buy a ton of anything really. That there is a stamp, and I've just used it to make myself a flower with it. And these are stamps, and I've just cut that out from the background to make an embellishment, and that's a half a one, you know. So, and that there is a stamp that I've used from this background. So really, why do you need to buy so much stuff when you've got it already in your stash? Okay, so that's, and then I've always decorated the box inside. So if I give them as a gift, if I want to, I can get a whole set. Some people are not really, my sister can't stand these. She reckons they're absolutely horrible because that's not her style. But you know what? That's my style. That's the kind of stuff I like. Again, the card base. I've used a card base. And I could have done a black card base, a white front, a white mat there, but I didn't. I chose white on white to make this piece stand out the best. Okay, you do it how you want, but again, it's using up your stamps, it's using up your scraps of paper. So I could do these. I could have a piece of 12 by 12 piece of paper, and I can stamp the hell out of it and emboss it. I can use heat embossing on it. I just want you to know that you don't need to go and buy stuff. You got it there, right at the back of you. Okay? And one of these days I'll show you what's actually in the back of it. There is a ton of stuff. And that side, there is a ton of stuff. And I'll show you how I do mine, but I'm just trying to show you use up some of this stash. You don't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be fancy. These ones here, for an example, I did the same backgrounds. I did these in the same backgrounds. I did all the stamping on the same, and that's how that turned out. You know, this is another one of them. Take time to smell the flowers. Don't eat the daisies. Completely bizarre, but something I absolutely love. Again, I used the same backgrounds kind of thing, and I used the embellishment. And even these, I used the embellishments off the background. And I've stamped heaps of stuff. And this one here, I've done, you might not be able to see it because it's paper, but I've used lots on an embossing folder on it, okay, as well as stamping. I mean, it's endless, isn't it? This one I did a while ago using up my stash. I had lots of die cuts. So what I did, watercolour paper, lots of die cuts. So I actually put all the die cuts on the paper. And then I went over with the Tim Holtz inks, the distress inks. And then I spritzed water over it. And I did the same thing. Okay. How pretty is that? And these was a Tim Holtz dies. So I had a heap of them just cut out, stacked somewhere, and that's what I've done. How pretty is that? I mean, it actually, that's another one. I did a green background, lots of stamps. You can see what I'm talking about by the stamps here. So lots of stamping, embossing on that, lots of embossing. See? So that's actually embossing. So what I've done is I've done the background first, and then I've embossed on it, and I've stamped on it first, I'm sorry, and then I've embossed that panel, and then I've done the flower from that same background. Okay, and I made that, and I've put a little bit of embossing powder over the leaves to give it a bit of shine, or over the flower and over the leaves, and I've even embossed the leaves. See? So this, why can't you do that? I mean, why not use up what you have? I get surprised when so many people say, you know, oh, I've got so much stuff, what do I do with it? That's what you do with it. Okay? This is what you do with it. Use up what you have. Be prepared. Make your backgrounds first. And I can do tutorials if anyone's interested. I was going to do a tutorial on how to do these backgrounds anyway, but I mean, if you're not interested, I won't do them, but if you are, I would love to show you, okay? So you make a big stack of them, and then you can use them up at your leisure. Again, this is that I've used this flower. I've cut that flower out from this kind of background, so the whole thing flows together. What else did I do? I'm trying to keep these videos short because you'll get bored as hell with me, I'm telling you. These ones here are using up scraps. Okay, and these papers that I've cut up are actually papers I made, the backgrounds, okay? So these here are painted, they're stamped, that's painted. That one's done with paint. So what I've done, I've just cut strips and then I've put it onto a panel, okay? That one there, I've just put it onto a panel. See, these are all my background papers that I've created. So why can't you use it up with your scraps that you have? And they don't actually have to be an A4 piece of paper. They can actually be scraps that you got left from a project. Okay, so as you can see, I do tons and tons of it. And this is another one sheet wonder. So what I've done is a one sheet wonder, meaning that I've had two pieces of paper and I've made all these cards from the because the main pieces of these kind of things. See? And then I've just used the same paper pad to make the background to make the mats. Why can't you do that with what you've got, using up what you've got? If you want tutorials on anything I make, let me know. I can do tutorials for you. You might get bored with me because this is all live. I'm not going to go in and edit a ton of stuff because you know what? It's not real. It's not real. And I talk a lot, and I've got the gift of the gab because I got 13 kids in my family, and in our family it was fight of the loudest, not the fittest, because if you didn't shout out or talk out loud, you didn't get heard. And that's actually followed through right through me, so I'm afraid that that's who I am. Want anything, let me know, leave a comment, and if you want some ideas or you want me to show you how I did something, let me know. I'm trying to keep them short because everybody gets bored as hell, and I'm also very realistic on some of the things that I do, that some of it could be crap to you, some of you might like it, and I do talk a lot. I will catch you soon for another installment. I think I might do mixed media next or something. I'm not sure. But I'll see you soon. Bye.